Welcome to another episode of Extinction Dialogues, in which I unpack some of the email messages, comments on YouTube, and so forth that I receive. The Age of Extinction dialogues, such as this one, tend to focus on the silly, the inane, the ridiculous, as opposed to my other series of episodes called Age of Extinction, which tend to focus more on the science. Okay, so I'm going to start this one titled Adventures on the Troll Farm, that's YouTube if you're paying attention, with a little quote from Viktor Frankl from his famous book, Man's Search for Meaning. Viktor Frankl writes, "Between a stimulus and a response, there is a space. In that space is the power to choose our response." End quote. I'm providing a stimulus. The information I provide is intended to provoke and inform. It's intended to encourage people to pursue a life based on evidence. The response is not up to me. The response happens with each individual viewer, each individual reader. So how you respond to the information I present is really up to you. All right, on to the troll farm. And I'm going to focus here on Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's 5 stages of grief. And I'm going to give at least one example of each of her 5 stages of grief with responses I've received on YouTube that are responses to my message. First, though, I'm going to start with something that's just flat ignorant. And I'm not criticizing anybody for being ignorant. We're all ignorant just about different things. But when you comment in a way that you think you're not ignorant, but you're actually ignorant, sometimes makes for kind of funny reading for me. So here's the response. "Explain to me how shutting down air travel would increase global temperatures to spike. Don't you think global temperatures should go in the opposite direction? If we shut down air travel, I mean less CO2 in the atmosphere, so levels should go down. Or am I missing something?" Fine, it's a legitimate question. Almost nobody knows about the aerosol masking effect. So my response, my written response to Bill is, quote, "You're missing the aerosol masking effect. Please type those words into the search box at guymcpherson.com, end quote. Back to Bill again. "Yes, by even saying that you're saying it's okay to spew CO2 into the atmosphere, the goal should be to limit CO2 into the atmosphere, whether they are caused by planes, automobiles, or by processing plants." My response: "I am not saying anything is or is not okay. I am revealing facts. What you do with them is entirely up to you." So here's a case in which the person writing the comments, in reaction to my response, thinks that I'm making some sort of stand. I'm just presenting evidence. What you do with that evidence is entirely up to you. That applies to Bill here as well. I'm not saying anything is okay or not okay. I'm not giving you permission to continue flying as if that's my place, or not fly. I have nothing to do with your response, with your physical actions. I'm just presenting the facts. I'm presenting the facts, in this case, about the aerosol masking effect. And so I just wanted to point out that it's real. And if you want to learn more about it, you can type aerosol masking effect, that's effect with an E at the beginning, into the search box at guymcpherson.com. Okay, now on to the 5 stages of grief, as Elizabeth Kubler-Ross called them in her 1969 book. Stage 1, according to her, was denial. So here's a response to a written response to one of the videos that I posted on YouTube. Quote, "This is just fear porn, right? Near-term human extinction? Not possible." I would be hard-pressed to come up with a better example of denial. Near-term human extinction is not possible? Well, a lot of species have gone extinct in a very short period of time. the classic example I use occasionally is the San Benedicto rock wren, which went extinct probably within a few hours, certainly within a couple of weeks, where it was living in 1952 on San Benedicto Island off the coast of Mexico. And when the island blew, as in volcanically blew, all habitat was lost for the San Benedicto rock wren in a matter of minutes, and the San Benedicto rock wren, which obviously could fly, did fly away, but no other examples of the bird were found after the volcano blew on October 1st, 1952. The species was functionally extinct as soon as the volcano went off, and completely extinct when the last individual died, almost certainly within a couple of weeks after the volcano blew. So if other organisms, including those that fly, can go extinct in a short period of time, I promise humans can go extinct in a short period of time as well. Never mind that there are many species of humans that have already gone extinct. Stage 2, according to Kubler-Ross, is anger. So the stages in order are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. So after stage 1, we're now into stage 2 with the commenter writing, "Idiot scaremonger," presumably referring to me. "It's your fault, so off yourself and give nature a chance. You are doing too much damage. Off yourself and do us all a favor. Idiot." There's a lot of uppercase letters in here. There's the occasional misspelled word like "to," spelled "you are doing too much," T-O. Apparently, I'm the one completely, fully responsible for abrupt climate change leading to near-term human extinction. So if I just off myself, human extinction won't happen. I think this person is angry. I think it's perfectly reasonable to categorize this person into Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's stage 2 anger. On to bargaining, Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's third stage. Quote, "Get every home in the world to paint their roofs white, make it a law. Ridicules. I know, but it would be easy for an individual to paint a roof decorators would make a lot of cash. I was just imagining how much reflection that would create on a huge scale every single rooftop everywhere." This is classic bargaining. If we all take minor individual actions like painting our roofs white, that will somehow fix abrupt, irreversible climate change and allow for the continued persistence of our species and many others on the planet. No, it wouldn't. Stage 4, according to Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, is depression. This is where we're almost to the final of her 5 stages. Stage 4, depression, quote, "Humankind arrived with arrogance, now we depart in despair," end quote. So I like that. Somebody admits that they are in despair or depression. I'm assuming those are synonyms with each other. And I really like the first written response to "Humankind arrived with ignorance, now we depart in despair." The written response, "Please continue with purpose, no need to despair." I think that's perfect. And that's been much of my message for these last many years, is there is no need for depression. There is no need to get bogged down in what most people would consider negative emotions. Rather, find your purpose or continue to find your purpose in your daily life, in your weekly life, and so on. There's much to live for. Let's do that while we can. Stage 5 is acceptance, the 5th and final of Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's 5 stages of grief. Quote, "If you decide to come to Norway, I will take you in as a guest and show you around." Well, that's pretty awesome, and I thank the individual there on the troll farm for the very generous offer. I have another example too, because when I come across positive things written about me, I like to share them with everybody. So here's a second response. Bear in mind that I finish a lot of these videos with, at the edge of extinction, only love remains. So here's the response, quote, I love you too. Thank you for your honesty and integrity, your persistent drive to help folks best prepare themselves and their loved ones for the inevitable truth. I knew deep down, but you have helped me face it square and with the courage of our convictions, learn to embrace each other with grace. Thank you. So that's not only acceptance, that's acceptance with love attached. How can you beat that? Oh, one way. And here it is. This is a wonderful interview/discussion. Moved me to donate to Guy, as I appreciate his voice in the wilderness. It won't be long now, and we have front row seats for the 6th mass extinction. It is what it is. Get out there and enjoy your life while you still can, dear souls. So, what's better than acceptance with love? Acceptance with love and money. So, thank you, Billy. That's a wonderful message, and it came with action attached, which I really appreciate. Stay tuned for another episode to come shortly of Extinction Dialogues. Thank you for tuning in.